we're talking a lot about connection with self, reclaiming or claiming self, relationship with self. Can you talk more about, like, for people who think, oh, relationships are something I have with someone else? Uh, uh, can you describe what that means to connect and relate to oneself?
I'll give a couple of different ways people can use a very distinct measuring stick. So as the first focus for that, most people are not nearly as connected to themselves as they think. Why? Because when we didn't get that encouragement to receive 9 nurturing needs, we end up protecting and defending and separating, and we think that what we do in the world is what's most important, and the inner self and who I actually am is not really that important. So I would have argued, oh, of course I'm connected to myself, before I educated myself in all these ways. So the first way that I ask any of you to evaluate is, how connected to your physical self are you, much less to your emotional or deeper other facets of self. How connected to your physical body are you? So I'm going to say a word. I don't want you to change a single thing, but just evaluate in this moment when I say the word breath. Don't change a thing, but tune in. What are you actually doing with your breath in this moment? Almost everyone, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Having done this for 29 years, ultimately, with people around the world, most people discover they're breathing in a very shallow way down to about right here, and I call that survival breathing. Why? Because in the body, particularly the lower body, is where we hold most of our trauma, our fear, shame, and judgment. And we don't want to stir it up. So we become more and more disconnected from physical self, focusing outside the self. And we aren't even nearly as connected to the physical body as we would like to believe we are. So if it's okay with you, Allison, I'd like to use this segue as a way to give an alternative so people can feel the difference.
Let's do it.
What I would love for all of you listening to do in this moment is to take what you consider a deep, proactive in-breath through the nose and a deep, proactive out-breath through the mouth. I'm going to be quiet for a couple of seconds here. Take a couple of those. Now, what most people end up discovering is, yes, I can take a deeper in-breath, but most people end up expanding their chest when they do it, versus put one hand on your belly, lower belly, and one hand on your chest, and then take a breath. I'm going to see if I can tilt my computer and look down here. If I can fill up so that you look 6 months pregnant at the top of that breath, that is connecting into the belly. Tons of people can't even figure out initially the coordination to actually fill the lower body this way. Then the out breath. Almost everyone that I get to do this initially aren't used to breathing out the mouth, but they will do something like, and then I go, see if you can put one finger between your teeth, and they'll go, oh my gosh, it is so gripped. So the breath will look something like this. Versus now, am I suggesting we're supposed to walk down the street breathing like that? No. This is building a scope of receiving energy and asserting energy. Most people did not grow up being encouraged. I'm going to use you as an example in this moment, Allison. growing up saying, Allison, tell me how you feel. Tell me what's going on. Tell me your perception. Tell me what your, it's like it almost never happens in a way where we even know what we're feeling, much less assert, I'm feeling really vulnerable right now. Oh, I can hold a space for that. You're safe. If only we had exchanged like that growing up, which are some of the 9 nurturing needs, we would be asserting with a very relaxed, open mouth, no big deal. So my suggestion is you take your 2 smallest fingers, one on top of each other, place them between your teeth, and then pull the fingers out. That's what it looks like. For most people, that really stretches armoring that's built up, energetic armoring.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like we're really stretched to a crazy amount, and it really isn't. Now, if you do that 3 times, several times a day, you will begin to introduce a new level of energetic flow and connection to your physical body. To begin with, it might make you dizzy, lightheaded, etc. Why? We've gotten used to this much survival energy moving. And so in order to begin to truly nurture and value and connect to self, starting that relationship just with the physical body, much less the things that will come after that, this breath is a stunning initial measuring stick. So that was a big chunk. So I'm not going to jump into the other one I was going to give at the moment. We'll give it later in the hour if it's possible. But that's the first of the evaluations about whether you're actually connected to yourself as much as you might think.